What's up, guys? Welcome back to A Day with Jay. We just chilling. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about my S26 Ultra wish list. So, again, let's get straight into it. I'm not going to drag this video out. Now, color choices, we're going to start light. I actually like the color choices Samsung chose to come out with this year. I think they should have took a bolder approach like regular red. They should have done what they did with the Z Fold series and did that type of blue on this phone. You know, something like a regular green. Just, enough of the pastel colors. Give us some regular colors. Apple was bold enough to give us the orange. So, can't wait to see what Samsung does with the colors. Second thing, as far as the physical appearance goes, I would like to see, a little bit more rounder edges. Like this phone kind of cuts into your palm right here if you're just holding it for too long. So it's a really, really tall, boxy phone with sharp corners. Now, at first I didn't mind the design too much, but after using this phone and holding it like without a case, you're gonna, want something different as far as feeling goes. Like these corners right here are really, really sharp. So, that's one thing. Next, let's talk about the S Pen. Bring the Bluetooth features back. Now, again, if you're not going to, here's my thing. If you're not going to replace it with a feature, I think that you should actually leave it. Like, what was it cost? Was it costing you a whole lot? Like, did you take the price of the phone down when you got rid of that feature? No, Samsung did neither of those things. So, again, if you're going to do that, let's make it up with something. Like, this is basically a squared off S24 Ultra, if we're being honest, with a non-Bluetooth S Pen. Another thing that I want Samsung to do in the S26 Ultra is bring the IR remote back. A lot of people call it the IR blaster, but it's technically IR remote. Bring that back because, again, being able to use my phone to turn on TVs, air conditioners, heaters, wintertime is coming up, just a lazy tool, to be honest. That's all it really was, but it was a fun tool that other phones actually still have. Even the OnePlus 13 had it, so I do hope Samsung brings that back, especially since they had it before. I couldn't think of it in my last video, but also bring silicone carbon batteries. Samsung, I know you're probably scared from the whole little shebang of the phone Galaxy Note 7 blowing up, but that was years ago. You're still Samsung. Nobody really cares about that now. Like, take a chance. You could actually make the S26 Ultra as thin as the Z Fold, but have the battery of this phone, or an even bigger battery. Like, you see how thin the OnePlus was and had a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. Let's upgrade. Samsung they wasn't really on this wave of trying to fit in. They were actually pushing the needle. Like, Samsung is the reason for big phones. It is the reason that you have a Pro Max today, because a lot of people ridiculed the first and second Note. Like, I came along on the Note 3, and boy, like, I love that phone. So again, this is slowly just feeling like the S lineup instead of a Note lineup. The Note lineup is officially gone, in my opinion. They tried to merge them, but it's still not the same. They pushed the boundaries with the curve on one side where you had the notifications coming in on the side. Things like that were pretty nice. Like, I know a lot of people tired of the curved screens because, again, it's hard to put screen protectors on. But nevertheless, that's just me. Good Lock provides a lot of features inside. We'll get to the internals in just a second, but I'm just talking about like around the outside of the phone right now. Now, Samsung's video is really, really good. They're the only ones, in my opinion, that can compete with Apple, like off of actual physical sensors. But Samsung is trying to step it up a little bit. Like, focus on polishing the 4K resolution. I get that you have 8K, but it could be a little bit smoother. But again, I still like the video. Just edit and kind of dial in on what you currently have. Again, nothing wrong with the 200 megapixel sensor. Shooting in log is amazing. I love that on the phone. So again, zooming, no one's touching Samsung still, even with the new iPhone 17 Pro Max. Samsung is still the king of zoom. But enough about the outside of the phone. I like this material that they had as far as the glass. I think it's Victus 2 or whatever, but really not too, doesn't have a lot of scratches. I don't have a screen fingerprint. Let me slow down. I don't have a screen protector on this phone to get a whole lot of scratches and everything. Now, you may see fingerprints is what I was trying to say. My mind was moving faster than my mouth. But again, I don't you know, make scripts or whatever. I go to you guys straight raw and uncut when I make these. So here we are. So let's unlock the phone. Got an update right off top. I'm going to go to my home screen here. Now, see, this is one problem with Samsung too. Now, it may be because I'm using Nova Launcher, but y'all saw that little stutter. That's not a natural Samsung thing, so I cut them a break on that. But anyways, like, look at the wallpapers like you can get on Android just through, you know, other apps and whatever. Now, I know Apple has this little 3D thing you can use with pictures that works preferably with people or subjects in the foreground, but like, ain't nothing touching this. I'm sorry, still. Like, even with the animated wallpapers, like, these are dope. These are real dope. Now, I do like the in-screen fingerprint scanner. Like, I have no problems with that. Samsung, let's do a little bit with the front-facing camera. Now, again, you can't let Apple outrun you when it comes to cameras. So, again, we would like to see that square sensor in the front to take those wide horizontal videos. But what I would prefer is for us to be able to hold the phone straight up and record in horizontal landscape on the back main sensor. Now, Samsung, if you can beat them to the punch in that, like, that would be really dope. Let's go back into the phone real quick. Keep the speed, like whatever y'all did with overclocking the processor, Samsung, let's not stop doing that, because again, battery life is still good. It could be better, but it's still good for Android. Like I said, I like the way they overclock the processor, continue to give updates, because if you got yourself an S24, S25, even an S23 Ultra, you really don't need to upgrade to the S26 Ultra unless they change, like, for one, this feel, two, the design. I know we've had the teardrop cameras for quite a while. Like, Samsung used to have the horizontal, like, everybody's praising Google for the visor. But if you're a longtime Samsung fan, you know Samsung cameras used to be in the middle going down. On the 10, they had it across. Like, Samsung has done everything with the camera. So, you know, have a little fun. Let's switch it up. You know, ain't none of the cases from the previous years fitting anyway. Y'all know they're going to change it just enough, so you have to buy a new phone case regardless. So that is what it is on that. But internally, I pretty much like Samsung's One UI software. Now, I tend to use Nova Launcher because of the extra customization of being able to pinch in, double tap, twist to get the video, like different stuff like that without revealing too much in my gallery and all that kind of good stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, I do like the fact that Android is still very customizable. But that's Android. Like, we're talking specifically more about Samsung's hardware and features and things like that. So mainly, you know, bring back the features that y'all have lost. If you really want to make this the perfect phone, kind of change the sides, do a little bit with the camera just to make it feel new, if you will, and like, again, just change something. Like, the Apple took a risk and kind of, you know, made that design. A lot of people don't feel it. A lot of people do, but again, it's something different. So that's why it's selling well. Samsung is trying to kind of create something different. Like, you've polished the phone pretty good, but let's change up the design a little bit. Give us more battery. Give us that Bluetooth feature back. Give us the IR remote back. Like, become that king of features that you once were. Now, again, don't go removing stuff from Dex or Smart View and things like that, because I love smart things. I love the Samsung ecosystem. I wish they would come out with their own set of, like, the equivalents to the AirPod Maxes, if you will, or, you know, something along those lines. Outside of that, like I said, I can't really complain about Samsung too much, because I've had every single Samsung since the very first S series. Like, I skipped the 2, got the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, changed to the 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I've had them all. I've had the Note 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Like, come on, the 10. I've been a huge Samsung fan for a very long time. Got all the buds. So this is not really a shit on Samsung video, if you will. This is just like a little small critique. Like, all right, Samsung, like, I need them to be the pioneers that they once were. It's a lot of people are just being okay with the status quo of these phones. They're okay with the $1,300 with less features. Like, we got to change that. We really got to change that. So again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like the video, comment, share, subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Deuces.